Welcome to a journey through timeless wisdom that has guided some of history's greatest thinkers, leaders, and warriors. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers profound insights into how to live a fulfilling and resilient life. These are not abstract concepts but practical truths that can transform the way you see the world and navigate its challenges. Today, we're diving into 10 Stoic truths that have the power to change your life. Each one is a lesson in strength, clarity, and purpose. So, take a deep breath, set aside distractions, and let's explore how these principles can help you lead a more meaningful and peaceful life. 1. Each day offers a new beginning. Start again with purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful leaders, understood the weight of responsibility. Yet, he began each day with a simple truth: each morning is a chance to start anew. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love, he wrote. Life doesn't come with guarantees, but it does offer opportunities every day to realign with what matters. This is not just a lofty idea, it is a practice. Consider how our routines often feel like drudgery. Instead of approaching the morning with dread, we can follow Marcus's advice and start with gratitude. What if every sunrise was not just a signal of another day but a reminder of the gift of choice? Reflect on the challenges of yesterday. They are lessons, not chains. The Stoics remind us that the past does not define us, how we act in the present does. 2. This moment is your life, embrace it fully. Epictetus, once a slave, lived by the principle that the only thing we truly own is our mind. One story recounts how, even in servitude, he chose to focus on what he could control, his thoughts and actions. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? He asked his students. Think about the distractions of modern life. Notifications, deadlines, endless to-do lists, they pull us away from the present. Yet, the Stoics remind us that life unfolds only in the now. When we are present, we're alive. Imagine standing in a storm, soaked and cold. You can curse the rain or feel its touch, knowing it is temporary. Life's storms are much the same, they pass, but the moment is yours to live fully. 3. Focus on being, not just doing, you are enough. Seneca wrote extensively on the difference between living and merely existing. He observed people chasing wealth and status, only to find themselves emptier than before. In one of his letters, he reflected, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Our modern world glorifies busyness, equating self-worth with productivity. But the Stoics teach us that our value is not tied to how much we accomplish. It is about who we are when everything else is stripped away. Consider a tree in winter, bare and seemingly lifeless. It is not producing fruit or shade, yet its essence remains unchanged. Similarly, our worth is not determined by constant doing but by our capacity for presence and growth. 4. Nothing truly belongs to you, except the flow of life. Zeno of Citium lost everything in a shipwreck. It would have been easy for him to despair, but instead, he found meaning in his loss. Wandering into a bookstore in Athens, he discovered the works of Socrates and began a journey that would birth Stoicism. The Stoics embraced the idea that everything is temporary. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." By recognizing that we own nothing, not our possessions, not even our relationships, we free ourselves from fear and anxiety. Picture holding water in your hands. No matter how tightly you grip, it slips away. Life is like that, meant to flow, not to be clutched. 5. Trials shape your character, not your misery. The story of Viktor Frankl surviving Nazi concentration camps is a modern testament to this truth. Frankl, drawing on Stoic principles, realized that while he couldn't control his suffering, he could control his response to it. He chose to find meaning in the small acts of kindness he could perform. The Stoics saw hardship not as punishment but as a forge for character. Epictetus advised, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Every challenge we face is a mirror, reflecting our inner strength. Imagine a blacksmith hammering iron into shape. The heat and pressure may seem destructive, but they are essential for transformation. Your trials are no different. 5. Trials shape your character, not your misery. The story of Viktor Frankl surviving Nazi concentration camps is a modern testament to this truth. Frankl, drawing on Stoic principles, realized that while he could not control his suffering, he could control his response to it. He chose to find meaning in the small acts of kindness he could perform. The Stoics saw hardship not as punishment but as a forge for character. Epictetus advised, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Every challenge we face is a mirror, reflecting our inner strength. Imagine a blacksmith hammering iron into shape. The heat and pressure may seem destructive, but they're essential for transformation. Your trials are no different. 6. Stay true to your path, no matter what. Marcus Aurelius faced immense political and personal pressures as Emperor of Rome. Yet, he remained steadfast, writing in his meditations, "Do not stray from the path of reason and justice." His words remind us that integrity is our compass, even when the world tries to pull us off course. Think of a river carving its path through stone. It does not rush or falter, it flows steadily, shaping the landscape. Staying true to your values is like that river, unyielding, patient, and powerful. 7. Better solitude than the corruption of bad company. Epictetus warned his students that the people we surround ourselves with shape who we become. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best, he said. Imagine walking into a room filled with smoke. Even if you do not light a cigarette, you'll still walk out reeking of smoke. Bad company is like that, its influence seeps into you, often unnoticed. The Stoics understood the power of solitude. They were not advocating loneliness but rather the courage to walk alone when necessary. 8. The opinions of others are irrelevant to your peace. Socrates once responded to an insult by calmly asking, "Why should I be offended?" He is merely expressing his opinion. This detachment from external judgments is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that other people's opinions are fleeting and often uninformed. We all love ourselves more than other people, he wrote, but care more about their opinion than our own. Think about a boat sailing through turbulent waters. The waves may crash against it, but it does not sink unless water gets inside. Similarly, external opinions can only disturb us if we let them in. 9. You are born with potential, rise above and thrive. Cato the Younger, a Roman senator, exemplified Stoic courage. He stood against corruption, often at great personal cost. His integrity was unshakable, inspiring others to rise above mediocrity. The Stoics believed in arete, or excellence. They taught that we are born with the potential to rise above our circumstances, no matter how challenging. Imagine an eagle soaring high, undeterred by the storms below, it knows its strength and embraces its purpose. 10. Everything has its time, practice patience. Nature moves at its own pace. The Stoics often reflected on the seasons as a metaphor for life. Time is like a river, Marcus Aurelius wrote. The same current passes only once. Patience is not passive, it is an active trust in the process. Think of a seed planted in the earth. It does not grow overnight, but with time and care, it becomes a tree. If you find value in these lessons, do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more transformative content, leave a comment sharing your favorite truth, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights.